So in the introduction, your workman is known by his tools, because if you want to do RCT, you should pick up the best instruments. Okay, we can do RCT in with the improper tools also, but it is not correct. But should known by his tools. That is the statement. Okay, so we requires a hand and rotary instruments. Yes, hand and rotary instruments. And wide variety of endodontic instruments are available for the practicing dentist. As a final year graduate, you are asked only to buy 2 sets of instruments, 15 to 40 and 45 to 80. What is the millimeter buying? Danesh Bala. Danesh Bala. You purchase any RCT instrument? Danesh Bala is there? Hello? Not answering. Danesh Bala. Okay.
Sir, I'm here, sir.
You purchased any root canal instruments?
No, sir. Sir, this is the first posting, sir.
Okay, okay. So you'll ask Sandra, what is the millimeter she has purchased the root canal instruments? Sandra is there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you tell me the millimeter size of that instrument? What you have purchased? You have purchased 2 sets, no? One is 15 to 40, 45
Yes.
to 80. Yes. What is the millimeter size you will buy? Because the statement says wide variety of yes. Yes.
Sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir.
25 millimeter?
25, sir. 20.
Good. Good. 25 is okay. Okay. So wide variety of endodontic instruments are available for the practicing dentist. So you have purchased only that size. So it is available in 21 millimeter, 28, 31 millimeters also. It is available according to the usage you need to buy. So before purchasing or using for a particular tooth, you should be having proper understanding and knowledge about the instrument, which will have the most important for selection of armamentarium for performing RCT. So this setup of the armamentarium, see, as a postgraduate or a specialist, maybe we'll doing rotary endodontics. So I should know about the materials and its advantages, disadvantages in doing some cases. So the knowledge is more essential in picking up of the remus and files. So this you must be knowing. This is a rotary files, and this is the endo box where we used to keep all the different colored files and instruments here. There is a endo gauge also there and GP points also there. So you can keep it for sterilization like that. So it is for properly arranging the armamentarium. And what is this? There is a one pattern of the color coding. No, anyone can say. Rakshana can say color coding. Rakshana is there. Or Shweta will tell.
Yes,
Yes.
Sir, there is purple and grey, sir, for 6 and 8 respectively, sir. Then following from 15, it starts with white, yellow, then red, blue, green, black, and then it repeats again, sir, continuously from white.
Yes, actually here size 6 is missing. So 6, 8, 10 is commonly mnemonic used is PGP, pink, gray, purple. Pink, gray, purple, and the same sequence will repeat white, yellow, red, blue, green, black, and same repeat up to 140. And these are gate guidance drill. These are latch type instruments, this thing. So we see the classification. So each one can see a rotary file here, you can see a hand file here, you use a latch type instrument here. So there are a lot of instrument is there and a lot of confusion is also there. It was not standardized before 1959 or something. So whatever was available, the dentist was using the instrument as it is. But today, in contemporary practice, we cannot do like that. There is a particular standardization of the endodontic instrument. So this standardization of endodontic instrument is used to be a short notes, and the exams, the spotters is mostly kept on this one only. What is this color denotes doctor, like that? Okay, and there is a hole in the instrument also. Why? In the handle, anyone? There is a small hole here in the handle. Anyone can say? Ram Prasad. Ram Prasad is there? Hello? Hello?
Sir, yes, sir.
What is the purpose of this hole in this handle? While designing instrument, there are a lot of safety features I've added. So what is the, I think we used a reamer and file, no, already? Yes, anyone can answer. They know. Anyone can answer.
Sir, they will tie floss in it.
Yes, floss or black silk so that they avoid aspiration of the instrument, because you people are not using rubber dam. So the safety measure here is you can tie a black silk, which is normally available in all dental operatories, or a floss, so that it can be retrieved even if it falls down into the throat. Okay. And what is the safety features in this gate glide and still anyone can say? So it is designed, maybe they ask in exams, it is used for to enlarge the root canal orifices used in slow speed or micromotor. The safety design is that it will break in the neck. This is the neck. Okay. So it can be easily retrieved. Okay. But these instruments are not designed like that. It will break anywhere, wherever they like. But the gate gliders are designed like to break in the neck so that it can be easily retrieved. So for each material designing, there is some safety factor given by the manufacturer as the needs of the patient as well as of the dentist. Okay, so going to the classification, group 1 hand use only, like your reamers and files which you use in hand. Group 2 is non-rotary endodontics, gyrometric files and sonic and ultrasonic. Group 3 is rotary endodontic instrument used with hand. There's a gate glidance, piezo, reamers, rotary and night eye instruments. There are several group of classification as there according to clinical use everything, but this is according to the ISO grouping, group 1, 2 and 3. So Grossman, as you know, there are a lot of steps in the root canal. First is exploring, then debriding, cleaning and shaping, and obturating. Okay. So according to the usage, Grossman has classified it. So Endo Explorer, we have got a DG16 Explorer in the department used to explore the root canal orifices. So if you're interested, you can come to the PG side and see DG16 Explorer. And smooth broaches were used once upon a time, but we are not using it right now. And for debriding and extirpating the pulp, rasp and barbed broaches are used. So all of you have seen a barbed brooch? All of you have seen a barbed brooch?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the question here is, how do you sterilize a barbed brooch?
Sir, there's only one time use. You have to discard after its use.
Yes, yes, correct. So in the spotters, they will keep this and ask what is the use, what motion will use, why you will not re-sterilize it, or why you will not reuse it. So all these questions will be asked accordingly. You need to answer. It is used only once. It is used to remove the pulp, for use for pulp extirpation. Okay. And then for cleaning and shaping, we have a reamers and files. And for obturating, we have lentillo spirals or paste carriers, and we have a spreaders. Spreaders are two types. We have a hand spreaders and finger spreaders. And there are pluggers for vertical condensation. Spreaders is used for what technique? Spreaders are used for what?
Lateral
For
condensation.
condensation, lateral condensation. Sir.
Lateral condensation technique. What you are doing in the OP is lateral condensation. For that spreaders, if you are doing a vertical condensation, it is called as a plugger. It is similar like spreader, but the tip is blunt or flat. Okay. So that is the only difference. It look like same alike, but the tip, it will be blunt or rounded. So that is the Grossman classification. So ISO over and Grossman. And standardization of endodontic instrument before 1958, the instrument were manufactured without any this thing. Everybody knows how to do a root canal, but there was no standardization of instruments. We keep numbering 1 to 6 as they like. Each company will go on its own. So if you are buying one company, other company will be different. So there is no standardization. So it was little bit confusion was there. Okay. So the Engel came with original recommendations. So the cutting tip, if you see your cutting tip picture, the length it is only 16 millimeter will be the cutting tip where the flutes are there. Okay, and there will be a 2% taper. Taper is there as you go to the shank and the neck. The taper will increase. Okay, the tip of the diameter is D1 in a hundredths of a millimeter. This may come as a MCQ question also. And D2 is uniformly, D2 is at the 16th millimeter, is 0.32 millimeter greater than of D1. Okay, so lengths of the different this thing we have is 21, 25. You are buying 25 millimeter size, and if you want to work in canine or something, you can buy 28 or 31 millimeter. So according to, we can use cannot use a 31 millimeter in a posterior tooth, but for a canine it is convenient to go up to the apex. So these are all the standardization given by Engel's recommendation. There is also a modification. There was a measure at D3 at 3 millimeter from the tip. Okay, D1 and 3 millimeter D3, and shapes of the tip was 75 degrees plus or minus was the design. So where this is going to work in the apical, this thing, these two modifications are given. So Engel and Levine gave standardization of endodontic hand instruments. So it should be numbered from 10 to 100, or we have from 6 to 140. The numbers advanced by 5 units till 60. There is no 65 number file or 75 number file. Sometimes some examiners will ask, what is the color of 65 number file? There is no such file called 65. So it increases by 5 units up to size 60, and then by 10 to size 100 or 140. Okay, we have file till 140. So 6 to 140 it is the fixed this thing. So the number will increase by 5 to 5 units up to size 60. After that it by 10 only. Okay. So why these numbers are given? Each number is representative of the diameter of the tip of the instrument in 1/100ths of the millimeter. For example, 10 number means is 10 by 100 is or 0.1 millimeter at the tip. So that is the standardization given. So if you give to the designing engineer or a company, they will design and give to the manufacturers. Okay. So the working blade design shall begin at the tip designated site D1 and shall be extended 16 millimeter up shaft terminating at the designated site D16. Okay, and the diameter of the D16 shall be 32 bar 100 or 0.3 millimeter greater than D4. So this is the design. So modification in standardization, the tip of the angle of instrument should be 75 plus or minus 15. The instrument height should increase by 0.5 millimeter at DO. Number 6 and 8 for especially in posteriors, sometimes the 8 will be useful to locate the calcified canals or very minute canals. Okay. So in addition, instrument handles have better color coder for easy recognition. So this was not there before. It is very easy for easy recognition. Any assistant or helper can pick up. If it pick up a red color means either it will be 25 or a 55. According to the thickness, easily it can be identified by the dentist or the helper. So the instrument handles, as seen earlier, it has got a color coding which matches with the same of GP and this thing. Okay. So how do you design an endodontic instrument? It is not just like that coming from this thing. The taper matters, as we are discussing, taper and core material. Flutes are the cutting blades, cutting edge, land, helix angle, pitch, rake angle, cutting angle, and tip design. All these things are important. So if a short notes comes, all these things can be added. You can see the color coding, and there is a hole also is there, and the working area is D0 to D16. Okay. So standardization ISO color coding was given. So 6, 8, and 10. This is rarely used or sometimes regularly used by endodontists like us. Pink, gray, purple. PGP is the mnemonic. And after that, white, yellow, red, blue, green, black. That the same sequence will repeat. Okay. So what are the alloys we are using? We have using carbon steel. This alloy contains less than 2.1% of carbon. Stainless steel corrosion resistance, it contains 18%. What you are using, stainless steel we can use. And nowadays we are using nickel titanium. This instrument contains 50% nickel and 45% titanium. What are the advantages of nickel titanium alloy? Anyone?
Shape memories, sir.
Yes, this is a shape memory, and it is slightly resistant to fracture, and flexibility is there. So the root canal is not a straight this then curvatures are there. So nickel titanium is commonly used nowadays in the rotary endodontic files. Okay. So this is a brief introduction. Brief introduction about this thing. Now I will go to the videos, and I have given the ASCII questions also. Please go through that and so have you gone through the videos?
Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe you will not get the volume. I will. Okay. So this line diagrams you can draw in the. Is it easy to draw? No. Hmm? This line diagrams is very easy to draw in the exams. So if a diagram is properly drawn, then we can have. So what are all the points is there? So this is demonstrated for a 10 size. Okay, 10 to 60, 5 units are increased, and 60 to 100, 10 units are increased. So that is the basic standardization. Okay. So the size is going like this. After 60, it will be not 65, it will be 75. So that is what they want to. Okay. So we have size 6 to 140 we have. According to the clinical use, we can use it. So what is a D0 of 10 size? It is 0.1 millimeter.
0.1 mm.
Yes, correct. Very good. Like that, we have to calculate for D3 or D16 like that. Maybe in the MCQs in the next year NEET exams, you can use these calculations. This has to be understand properly so that MCQs can be handled. This is very simple. This thing for 25, it is 25 by 100 or 0.25 millimeter at the tip. So that is the calculation. So like that, each instrument. So then goes to the 16 millimeter D16. Okay, D16. So it should be calculated from the D0 to D16. So at the D16, you have to add 0.32 millimeter. That is the simple this thing only. It's a mathematical calculation only. So what will be the D16 for 25 means 0.25 plus 0.32 you can add, and that will be the results. Okay. So this is the simple calculation. You have to add D0, what is at the D0, and add 0.32, that will give the D16 of any number. So any number file it can be asked. It is very easy to calculate. Some fixed values only, it is not going to change. So the angulation is 75 degree plus or minus 15. So that is the accepted standard Levine and Dingle recommendation. This again same, what is the 10 size D0 like that. So how the size it will increase? So when these calculations are important is, suppose you don't have a particular GP point or something like that, you should know how to change a particular GP points. That in the clinical side we will discuss about this. So for this, these calculations are very important. So only mathematical this thing only, according to the recommendations it is given. Okay, the handle may be made up of plastics, and there may be a hole in that for your safety. Okay, so there is something kept here. There will be a, what is the function of a stopper? Anyone can say? All of you have used a stopper in the this thing file.
So for guiding the file inside and stopping at the correct measurements, sir.
Yes, that
so
is
that you don't over instrument it.
yes, and it will appear in the radiograph also, radio opaque structure. So that is the idea of it. That is that here, but you can add that also. Silicon stops are there, which will be radio opaque and can appear in the radiograph. Okay, and going to the color code. So as we discussed earlier, color code is nothing but pink, gray, purple, and white, yellow, red, blue, green, black. The same sequence will be there. So you should be able to write all these things if a standardization of an endodontic instrument is there. It is very easy to by heart also. And the mnemonic is also there. So that was PGP. So this is the mnemonic what you read before going to bed. So that are all mnemonic, again and again the same thing will repeat. Okay. So we'll go to the next slide.
Pleasure meeting you all. In this session, I'm going to discuss about classification.
Is the audio is okay? You're able to get the audio?
Yes, sir.
By crossing. So endodontic instruments are classified into 4 types based on the method of use.
No, is the audio is adequate or hello?
Yes, sir. It is heard, sir.
Pardon?
It is heard, sir. We can hear.
Oh, okay.
Classification of endodontic instruments. This classification is given by Grossman. Endodontic instruments are broadly classified into 4 types. One is hand-operated endodontic instrument, and second type is low-speed latch-type attachment instruments, and third category is engine-driven instruments, and the fourth category is ultrasonics and sonics. Coming to the type 1, type 1 includes hand-operated endodontic instruments. Type 2 includes low speed with latch type attachment. Latch type attachment means we need to attach these instruments to micromotor head, right? And coming to the third type, engine driven instruments. The fourth one is ultrasonics and sonics. Now let us see what are the different types of instruments available in each category. Coming to the hand operated instruments, you can see mainly 4 types. One is barbed brooches and RAS, K-type, reamers and files. And finally is H-files. Coming to the low speed with latch type attachment, there are 2 types of instrument under this category. One is GG drills and the other is piezo reamers. Coming to the engine-driven instruments, these are classified into three categories. One is rotary night-eye instruments, and reciprocating instrument, and third one is SAF. SAF means self-adjusting file. And the finally is ultrasonic and sonic. So to conclude, based on the method of use, Grossman has classified endodontic instruments into these four types. Type
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
This classification is good. Hand operated, low speed with the latch type, engine driven, and sonic and ultrasonics. So engine driven, we have now recent this X Smart. Everything will come under that. Ultrasonic and sonics used for canal cleaning and endo works like that. And hand operated, what you are doing it right now. So this classification, also working classification given by Grossman, you can give. Okay, so that is the then and there it is a repetition only, but it is very useful.
Type 1 includes the hand-operated instruments. Type 2 includes low-speed latch type attachment. Type 3 includes engine-driven instruments, and Type 4 includes ultrasonics and sonics. Coming to the different types of instruments in category 1, you can see as H files. And coming to the low-speed with latch type attachment, you have GG drills. And coming to the engine-driven instruments, you have rotary. So for better understanding, we are going to explain each instrument in individual sessions. Hope you enjoyed the video. In this session, we are going to study about the differences between a reamer and a file. A reamer and a file.
In the present context, we are not using reamer. Okay, but it is a instrument for using for doing the BMP. But files only commonly we are using. Maybe this doctor will say why we are not using reamers and files. Maybe we'll keep it in the spotters. Okay, so you can see what is the which blank it is made up of and why it is not used commonly nowadays. We can find out. Okay, because reamers you have not seen are not going to buy. So this is for the sake of completion.
Both reamer and file are hand-operated endodontic instruments. Coming to the cross section, reamer have a triangular cross section, whereas file have square or rectangular cross section. I repeat, a reamer has a triangular cross section, whereas a file has a square or rectangular cross section. Don't confuse between cross section of a reamer and file. Just for remembering, if you consider the file, it has 4 letters, right? So remember, a file has 4 letters, that means 4 sides, either a square or rectangle. If you remember about the file, you won't confuse about the cross section of the reamer. Coming to the second point, reamers are always used in a reaming motion, whereas files are used in a filing motion. That means reaming motion is nothing but a quarter turn and pull, whereas the filing motion is linear motion, which means just a push and pull motion. There is no rotation in case of filing. This is just push and pull motion. While reaming is quarter turn and pull. Coming to the cutting efficiency. Cutting efficiency. If you observe the cross section of the reamer, it has an acute angle, while the file has 90 degrees. Since it has a acute angle, it has a more cutting efficiency. Cutting efficiency is more in reamer when compared to file, and the file has less cutting efficiency when compared to a reamer. Right? Next point, if you take a 1 millimeter of a reamer, you have a less number of blades. And if you take a 1 millimeter of a file, you have more number of blades. I repeat, if you consider a 1 mm of a reamer, it has less blades, and whereas the file has more blades in 1 mm length. That means reamer has less blades per millimeter, whereas file has more blades per millimeter. Right? In simple words, blades are loosely packed in reamer, whereas blades are tightly packed. I repeat, blades are loosely packed in case of a reamer, whereas tightly packed in case of a file. Coming to the flexibility, reamers are more flexible when compared to the file, whereas the files are less flexible when compared to the reamers. Most important thing is prone to fracture. Among the reamer and a file, a reamer has high chances of fracture, whereas a file has less chances of fracture. And the last one, pushing of the debris. Pushing of debris into the apical area. A reamer causes less debris extrusion into the apical area, whereas file causes more extrusion of debris in the periapical area, which is the main reason for a post-op pain in root canal treatment. The post-op tenderness in a root canal treatment is mainly due to apical extrusion of debris, which is more due to files and less due to the reamers. Reamer have a more cutting efficiency, more flexibility. So this is the reason why it is to reamer. So to conclude, both reamer and file are hand-operated endodontic. It's nothing but a linear motion, just a push and pull motion. Coming to the cutting efficiency, the reamer has more cutting efficiency when compared to the file.
So that was the reason I think we are running short of time. So reamers cause fracture because of this triangular cross section. Okay. So, but for in exams they may ask what is the difference between reamers and file? What is the difference between K type and H type files?